Back in December, Bhad Bhabie claimed that there was a period when her and Leavon weren't basically talking and regularly together. She claims that during that period, Alabama Barker slept with her man.
Listen up, guys, because this diss track war between Bhad Bhabie and Alabama Barker just hit nuclear levels. Fresh sources reveal that while everyone thought this beef couldn't get messier, these girls are taking their fight to the studio. And trust me, the bars are getting personal. Think about how wild this situation's become. We've gone from social media drama to full-on musical warfare. The way these tracks are exposing secrets, it's giving battle rap energy with Hollywood production value. The really fascinating part? While Alabama thought dropping a diss track would intimidate Danielle, she actually gave her opponent exactly what she needed.
Because what other rap female artists are really on the Billboard?
A reason to respond with receipts in rhyme form. We're not just talking about typical clapbacks, we're looking at documented evidence turned into lyrics. Sources close to both camps say these tracks aren't just songs. They're calculated moves in a bigger game. And trust me, once you hear how deep these disses go, you'll never look at either of them the same way again. Breaking down Alabama's diss track exposes something nobody's talking about. While she thought she was coming hard with those basic bars about Danielle's past, she actually gave Bhad Bhabie the perfect opportunity to unleash years of collected evidence.
Yeah, I love Nicki. It's just I prefer Cardi more.
Right. What do you think it is about Cardi that you like more than Nicki?
Because it's newer. I grew up listening to Nicki, so it's something new.
Sources from the studio sessions say Alabama's track took weeks to put together, with multiple writers trying to make her sound credible. Meanwhile, Danielle knocked out her response in 2 days, and every line comes with actual proof to back it up. What's really telling is how differently they approach their lyrics. While Alabama's trying to rehash old Dr. Phil jokes that died in 2016, Bhad Bhabie's dropping timestamps and locations that match her evidence perfectly. The difference in their strategic thinking. It's like comparing checkers to chess. Even battle rap veterans are saying Alabama might want to stick to Instagram posts, when professional dissers are telling you to stop. That's probably good advice. The way these diss tracks are affecting their industry relationships shows exactly who's really winning this lyrical warfare. While Alabama's bars are making potential collaborators nervous, Bhad Bhabie's strategic approach is actually earning respect. Think about the production quality difference. Alabama's track sounds like it was recorded in a bathroom on GarageBand, while Danielle got legitimate producers wanting to be part of her response. Those beat selections alone tell you everything about who the industry's backing. What's particularly fascinating is how the music community's reacting. While established artists are praising Bhad Bhabie's wordplay and delivery, they're literally making memes out of Alabama's attempts at bars. When your diss track becomes a TikTok joke, that's not the kind of viral you want.
Before I was famous, I was still not like everyone else. My name was always in someone's mouth. Someone always liked me, someone always hated me.
Even Travis Barker, who's literally a professional drummer, couldn't save his daughter's song from sounding amateur. When your own musician father won't touch your track, that's saying something about its quality. Let's talk about those lyrics because the difference in content is mind-blowing. While Alabama's out here recycling old Twitter insults, Bhad Bhabie's verses are literally timestamped evidence put to music. Sources who've analyzed both tracks say Danielle's bars aren't just disses, they're potential chord exhibits. Every line about Leavon comes with matching bank statements. Every reference to studio time has security footage to back it up. The way she's turned receipts into rhymes. It's actually impressive. Meanwhile, Alabama's trying to flex about family connections and money, forgetting that everything she's bragging about comes from her dad. Those lines about being self-made? They're giving serious delusion vibes when you live in Travis Barker's guest house. Even hip-hop journalists, who usually stay neutral, are saying this is one of the most one-sided lyrical battles they've ever covered. When music critics are embarrassed for you, maybe don't release that second diss track you're planning. The sample clearance drama behind these tracks exposes another level of industry politics. While Alabama's team struggled to get basic beats approved, Bhad Bhabie managed to clear a Kanye sample just to prove a point. Industry insiders say the way Danielle handled the music business side of this beef shows exactly why she's winning.
The girls that wanted to be friends with me in school, to get me to be around them, to get me to say something back to them.
We're not just talking about better bars, we're looking at professional level strategic moves that make Alabama's attempt look like a school talent show. Entry. The licensing documents reveal a power play nobody saw coming. What's really fascinating is how these tracks are affecting their future music opportunities. While legitimate producers are hitting up Bhad Bhabie for collaborations, Alabama's demo submissions are getting left on red. When your diss track makes studios question your basic musical ability, that's not great for your career. Even the engineers who worked on Alabama's track are distancing themselves. When audio professionals won't claim your song, that's when you know you've created something questionable. The social media reaction to these tracks tells us everything about who's winning this war. While Alabama's supporters are struggling to defend her basic bars, Bhad Bhabie's fans are creating viral moments with every line she dropped. Think about the streaming numbers. Danielle's track hit 1 million plays while Alabama's still trying to convince her own family to share it. The way these engagement stats are hitting different? It's like comparing a professional athlete to someone who just learned the sport. What's really telling is how the battle rap community is responding. While they're breaking down Bhad Bhabie's wordplay and strategic disses, they're literally using Alabama's track as an example of what not to do. Those reaction videos, they're brutal but honest.
Me waiting at a restaurant for 2 hours for somebody, and then, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that story a little more. Go into detail. Why did you have to wait for 2 hours for someone?
I was supposed to meet with someone on my birthday because when we went out for dinner.
Even TikTok creators who usually milk drama for content are saying Alabama should have kept this in the drafts. When social media influencers think you've gone too far, that's when you know you've miscalculated. The way these diss tracks are affecting their families shows another fascinating layer to this beef. While Barbara's out here promoting Danielle's track with actual evidence to back up every bar, Travis Barker's trying to pretend his daughter's song doesn't exist. Sources close to the Barker family say Travis is particularly embarrassed by the production quality. Imagine being one of rock's most famous drummers and your daughter drops a track that sounds like it was recorded on a Nokia phone from 2005. Meanwhile, Bhad Bhabie's whole team is moving like a well-oiled machine. Every line in her track is being backed up with proof on social media, turning what could have been just another diss song into a documented expose set to music. Even Kourtney Kardashian reportedly had to ask Alabama to stop promoting her track on family social media. When your own stepmother is embarrassed by your music, that's probably a sign to stick to Instagram posts. The legal implications of these diss tracks are where things get really interesting. While Alabama's lyrics might be weak, some of her claims could actually be considered defamatory. Meanwhile, Bhad Bhabie made sure every line in her track is provable. Sources from both legal teams say the difference in approach is telling. Danielle's lawyers actually reviewed her lyrics to ensure everything was backed by evidence, while Alabama's team is scrambling to handle potential cease and desist letters. What's particularly fascinating is how these songs might affect future court proceedings.
And it was, I'm on my way. And it was like, it didn't really ruin my birthday because we ended up going back to my house together, but it was like, I was like waiting 2 hours at the table for you.
While Bhad Bhabie's track could actually be used to support legal claims, Alabama's verses might come back to haunt her in ways she didn't expect. Even entertainment lawyers who usually stay out of music beef are saying the situation could set new precedents. When attorneys are studying your diss track for potential liability, that's probably not the kind of attention you wanted. The production value difference between these tracks exposes exactly who's taking this seriously as an artist. While Bhad Bhabie got legitimate producers and professional mixing, Alabama's track sounds like it was recorded in an airplane bathroom. Industry experts who've analyzed both songs say the quality gap is embarrassing. We're talking about one track that's ready for radio play versus something that wouldn't make it past a high school talent show audition. The contrast in professional approach, it's actually painful to hear. What's really telling is how the engineering community is responding. While top mixers are praising Danielle's vocal production, they're literally using Alabama's track in seminars about what not to do. Those technical breakdowns circulating in producer groups, they're brutally honest. Even bedroom producers with basic setups are saying they could have done better. When amateurs are critiquing your professional release, that's when you know you've created something questionable. The way these tracks are affecting their future music opportunities tells us everything about who won this battle. While Bhad Bhabie's getting calls from major labels interested in her next project, Alabama's demo submissions are being used as office jokes. Sources from multiple record companies say they're actually impressed with how Danielle turned real evidence into marketable music. Meanwhile, Alabama's track is being shared in industry group chats as an example of nepotism gone wrong. The record label emails about these tracks will make your head spin. What's particularly fascinating is how differently A&R teams are viewing their potential, while one's being considered for serious artist development. The other's making executives question if Travis Barker's name still carries weight. The contrast in industry respect. It's career-defining. Even indie labels that usually jump at any viral moment are staying away from Alabama's music. When the smaller companies won't even touch your track for clout, that's saying something about its quality. The battle rap community's analysis of these tracks is particularly brutal. While they're praising Bhad Bhabie's strategic bars and evidence-backed punchlines, they're literally using Alabama's verses as examples of what not to do in a diss track. Veterans in the culture say the difference isn't just about skill, it's about preparation and authenticity. While Danielle came with documented proof for every bar, Alabama's just throwing around basic insults that don't even rhyme properly. The battle rap breakdown videos will make everyone question Alabama's life choices. What's really telling is how URL Smack and other battle rap platforms are reacting.
So I don't know if my mom is a very narcissistic person. And narcissists, they like a crowd. figuratively and literally. They like a crowd.
They're actually reaching out to Bhad Bhabie about potential hosting opportunities for Chrome 23, while using Alabama's track as comic relief between battles. Even Geechee Gotti, who usually stays neutral, had to comment on the skill gap. When battle rap's finest are saying your diss track needs Jesus, that's when you know you should have kept it in the drafts. The financial impact of these diss tracks shows another level to this beef. While Bhad Bhabie's version is actually generating serious streaming revenue, Alabama's track is costing her family money in damage control. Sources say Travis Barker's team had to hire crisis management specialists just to handle the fallout from his daughter's musical attempt. Meanwhile, Danielle's track is getting playlist ads and radio interest, the difference in commercial viability. It's like comparing a professional release to a leaked demo. What's particularly fascinating is how these tracks are affecting their brand deals. While companies are reaching out to collaborate with Bhad Bhabie after hearing her professional approach, Alabama's existing partnerships are getting nervous about association. Even music industry accountants are using this as a case study in return on investment. When financial experts are analyzing your diss track's negative impact, that's probably not the kind of attention you wanted. The technical aspects of these tracks expose another huge gap in their approach.
Because they feel like, well, I can't convince the people who really know me, so I can convince others of whatever narrative I want to play.
While Bhad Bhabie worked with professional sound engineers and got proper mastering, Alabama's audio quality sounds like it was processed through a drive-through speaker. Industry sound experts who've analyzed both tracks say the difference isn't just noticeable, it's embarrassing. We're talking about one song that's ready for commercial release versus something that wouldn't pass a basic SoundCloud quality check. What's really telling is how the professional music community is responding. While established producers are praising Danielle's attention to technical detail, they're literally using Alabama's track in seminars about how not to mix vocals. Even bedroom producers with basic equipment are saying they could have done better. The fact that Travis Barker, a literal music industry veteran, let his daughter release something this poorly produced, it's making everyone question his judgment. The contrast in audio quality is becoming a talking point in music production circles. When your diss track becomes a teaching tool for what not to do in the studio, that's a different kind of embarrassing. The final piece of this diss track saga shows exactly how this musical warfare is going to affect both their futures in the industry. While Bhad Bhabie's proven she's a legitimate artist who can back up her bars with evidence, Alabama's exposed herself as someone who shouldn't go near a recording booth. Think about the long-term implications. We're not just talking about who won this battle, we're looking at how these tracks will influence their entire careers. The way industry professionals are reacting, it's setting up very different paths for these two. But here's what's really fascinating. While everyone's focused on the lyrics and drama, bigger shifts are happening behind the scenes.
Music has always been an escape for me, so it's what I love to do, so it always feels good.
Major labels are watching how these girls handle themselves, making notes about who to sign and who to avoid. The impact on their music futures is already showing. While Bhad Bhabie's getting serious offers for features and collaborations, Alabama's team can't even get producers to return their calls. When your diss track makes the industry question your basic ability to make music, that's not a great career move. Even the way they handle feedback shows their different levels of professionalism. While Danielle's engaging with legitimate music critics and taking notes for future projects, Alabama's blocking anyone who points out her track's technical flaws. As this situation continues to unfold, one thing's becoming crystal clear: sometimes the best way to prove yourself in music isn't just about what you say, but how you say it. While Alabama's track exposed her limitations as an artist, Bhad Bhabie's response showed exactly why she's built a legitimate career in this industry.